muli, mabuting araw sa ating lahat. Ako po si Patricia Braganza mula sa Member Education Department and I'll be discussing about the contributions of self-employed or SE. Yan, makikita natin yung SE na word, no? Throughout this presentation and voluntary members or VM and PRN generation for contributions. So let's begin. No? To start, there are two important points that we have to discuss. So first is the contribution rate, wherein presently the contribution rate of SSS is at 15%. So for our employed members, sila yung mga nagtatrabaho sa private sectors. So they have this employer-employee sharing, wherein out of the 15%, no, 10% ay shouldered ni employer and 5% naman ang shouldered ni employee. Meanwhile, for our self-employed, voluntary members, and non-working spouse who are our topic, no, our focus for this morning, they get to shoulder the entire 15% since wala silang employer. And sa ngayon po, no, ang minimum monthly salary credit natin at the moment is 5,000 with a corresponding minimum amount of contribution na 750. And ang ating maximum monthly salary credit naman is pegged at 35,000 with the corresponding maximum amount of contribution na 5,250. So dear participants, take note that itong table na itong pinapakita natin sa screen ngayon, this excludes the employees' compensation contributions. Okay? And those na may mga monthly salary credits, mamaya mas pag-uusapan pa natin si MSC, above 20,000, they have this mandatory provident fund, which is very good also kasi you will be able to save more. Okay? For the second topic that we have to take note of in our discussion for this morning is about the monthly salary credit or the MSC. So all throughout the presentation, makikita nyo rin yung word na ito. So this means the compensation base for contributions and benefits, provided that in the computation of benefits, the minimum and maximum MSCs to be considered shall be 5,000 and 20,000 respectively until adjusted. So this MSC is very important, participants, dahil ito po yung nagiging basis natin sa computation of our benefits. So now we move on to the meat of our presentation on the coverage of the self-employed individuals and the voluntary members. Pero unahin muna natin si self-employed. Baka may ilan sa inyo napapaisip, magkaiba pala no, si self-employed and si voluntary. Sino ba yung mga kinoconsider natin as self-employed individuals in SSS? So, according to Republic Act number 1199, otherwise known as the Social Security Act of 2018, self-employed is any person whose income is not derived from employment. So, wala siyang employer other than themselves. And the declared monthly earnings shall be the basis of his or her MSC with corresponding amount of monthly contributions based on the actual income. Sa mga self-employed natin, includes the following but not limited to, no, ito yun, isa-isa. Una, all self-employed professionals, partners and single proprietors of businesses, actors, no, actresses kasama dito, even the directors, scriptwriters and news correspondents who are not employed by their mother network, professional athletes and even their coaches or trainers, fishermen, farmers, and those in the informal sector workers including our delivery riders, no, kasama sila dito, mga market and ambulant vendors, mga watch your car boys, transport workers, and those similarly situated, no, dito sa ating environment ng work experience na wala silang ibang employer other than themselves. So even also our contractual and job order personnel engaged by the government through a contract of service and who are not covered under the GSIS law at pati po ang ating mga religious men and women. So we know that we have participants na priests and nuns dito sa ating eskwela webinar. So kasama po sila sa ating self-employed coverage in SSS. For the information of everybody, so here's the contribution schedule, particularly for our self-employed. I hope medyo visible sa inyong screen, no? But kung gusto natin ng mas malaking version ito, you can get this from our website. It's available there. Nakalagay po dito yung source, no? Kung saan natin kinuha ito. So example, in this case, kung ang ating monthly salary earnings as a self-employed individual ay nasa range ng 8,250 to 8,749.99, our monthly salary credit will be pegged at 8,500 with a corresponding contribution based sa ating table. So nakikita nyo naka-red rectangle dito na 1,285. Out of this total 1,285, 1,275 will be for your SS contribution at 10 peso naman for your employees compensation. Yung nasa table nakikita nyo EC, that's for the employees compensation. Meaning, kapag self-employed ka, bukod sa 7 benefits ni SSS na maaari ninyong i-avail from the sickness, maternity, disability, unemployment, retirement, death, and funeral, pag self-employed, meron ka ring EC benefit na ito naman binibigay natin kapag work-related sickness or injury. So, example, no? Pero knock on wood na example lang ito. Ikaw ay isang delivery rider and papunta ka sa yung first stop mo, no, magde-deliver ka ng parcel. Then along the way, nagkaroon ng traffic accident. So since you're doing your official function, you're in line, no, in line sa iyong work, no, magpa-deliver ka ng parcel, besides na pwede kang maka-avail ng SSS benefit, pwede ka ring maka-avail ng EC benefit, no, as long as you are qualified. Yan ang kagandahan dito kapag ikaw ay self-employed coverage. So protektado ka talaga. All right? Now we move on to the second part no, ng ating coverage dahil dalawa ang bida sa ating discussion ngayon. Besides sa self-employed, meron din tayong voluntary coverage kay SSS. So sino ba ang mga voluntary members natin? Those who were previously covered as an employee, self-employed, or OFW with at least one valid posted contribution and is no longer engaged or working as either an employee, self-employed, or OFW who opts to continue paying contributions on a voluntary basis. Ayan. So covered din po pati yung mga voluntary members natin. So ang ating rule of thumb is that if the coverage as a voluntary member is for the first time ka, magiging voluntary member ni SSS. The member shall have the option to choose any monthly salary credit from the existing contribution schedule regardless of his or her age and last posted monthly salary credit prior to becoming a voluntary member. So yan ang ating usapin kapag first time coverage ka as a voluntary member. Meanwhile, for succeeding, no, sumunod na voluntary member coverage, hindi first time, no, succeeding ito, the MSC will now be subjected to the policies under the change in MSC, which we will be discussing later, which we will discuss later, no, itong change in MSC. So medyo i-park muna natin ang patungkol sa subsequent coverage as a voluntary member. Whenever we talk about also the voluntary membership in SSS, parating natin sinasama dito ang non-working spouse. So very inclusive si SSS talagang we make sure to reach out to the different types of member no na pwede nating mapa-encourage na maging SSS member dahil mahalaga itong mga benefits po natin from womb to tomb, ika nga. So for the non-working spouse, sila ang mga person who devotes full time in the management of the household and family affairs, legally married to the existing member who has at least one posted contribution within the last 6 months prior to registration of non-working spouse. So never po silang naging member pa ni SSS. So this will be the first time with no coverage and no posted contributions. Kapag non-working spouse ang usapin, no, the monthly salary credit nila ay 50% of the working spouse's declared monthly income. Yan ang magiging basis ng magiging initial monthly salary credit ng ating non-working spouse. And in case naman, no, paano yun kapag yung 50% of the working spouse's declared monthly income ay walang katumbas na MSC sa ating contribution. So ang mangyayari, we will now be looking at the immediately higher MSC at yun ang magiging basis ng magiging MSC ng ating non-working spouse. So I'll show you this one. No? Ito yung example naman ng ating contribution schedule for our voluntary members, including the non-working spouse. So for instance, if the earnings ng voluntary member natin fall under the range ng 17,750, itong naka-red rectangle, to 18,249.99, ang katumbas na monthly salary credit nito ay 18,000 monthly salary credit. Okay? With a corresponding contribution of 2,700. For sure, some of you might be wondering already, ngayon ma'am, no, nakita na natin yung contribution kung magkano yung babayarin namin. Paano naman tayo magbabayad ng contribution? So later din po pag-uusapan natin yan, no, with regard to the PRN generation for the contributions ng ating self-employed and voluntary. But now, let's talk about first itong pinark natin kanina on the changing of the monthly salary credit for our SE and VM. So, patungkol po dito, no, alam nyo ba na may kinalaman po ang ating edad? Pero tingin ko naman lahat ng nasa webinar na ito ngayon ay nasa 20 years old lang tayo lahat. No? Wala naman po siguro makakontra sa ngayon pa. No? But whenever we talk about this on a serious note, an SE or VM who is below 55 years old, take note, below 55 years old, is allowed to change his or her monthly salary credit without limit in frequency and in number of salary brackets in a given calendar year, but in no case shall it be lower than the prevailing MSC for self-employed members. So without limit ang pag-change nito and walang limit ang frequency. Meanwhile, if the self-employed and voluntary member is 55 years old and above, they will be allowed to increase their MSC pero only once in a given calendar year na lang po and by one salary bracket only from the last posted MSC. So take note ha, kapag may mga nagtatanong sa amin siyan, pwede bang itodo ko yung aking contribution? So tanong namin kaagad muna, ilang taon na po ba no, for our self-employed and voluntary? Below 55 ba? Or 55 years old and above? And in the event that a new schedule of contributions will be implemented, sa ngayon po, yung existing pa rin natin eh. Pero in the future, let's say, magkaroon tayo ng new schedule of contributions. An SE or VM who is already contributing at the maximum MSC under the existing schedule shall be permitted to remit contributions based on the new maximum MSC provided in the updated schedule. All right? So pagdating naman sa payment of contributions, ito na, papunta na tayo. Pinag-usapan natin yung coverage, then magkano ba ang ating babayarin as self-employed and voluntary members. Now, payment na tayo of the contributions. Did you know that? Ito, based on circular number 2019-012 for more reference, no, kung gusto nyo tignan yan after this conduct, no contribution paid retroactively by an SE or self-employed, OFW, voluntary member, or non-working spouse, land-based OFW, shall be used in determining his or her eligibility to any benefit arising from a contingency wherein the date of payment is within or after the semester of contingency. So kapag pinag-uusapan kasi ang benefits kay SSS, meron tayong kino-consider na semester of contingency. So itong semester of contingency is composed of the current quarter of contingency plus the preceding quarter of contingency. So kapag ang hulog ng ating member ay napaloob doon sa semester of contingency na tinatawag kay SSS, hindi po ito mako-consider sa pag-determine ng eligibility ng ating member. Okay? Also, for the information of everybody, an SE or VM who fails to remit contributions may only pay the monthly contributions prospectively pa-forward. Retroactive payments are not allowed. But syempre po, no, we are very considerate also in case that the payment deadline falls on a Saturday, Sunday, or holiday, payment may be made on the next working day. So do not worry kapag ang payment deadline natin tipong, naku, Saturday, no, wala akong mahanap na paraan paano magbayad kay SSS. Wag po kayo mag-alala. We understand that. So kapag Saturday, Sunday, or holiday, dun po tayo sa next working day maaaring mag-remit ng ating contributions. And we would like to share this also that the payment deadline for our self-employed and voluntary members can be on the last day of the month following the applicable month or calendar quarter as the case may be. Example, may mga kakilala po ako no, sa pamilya rin namin na voluntary members, so mas gusto nila magbayad on a quarterly basis. So kunwari, January to March 2026, ito ongoing pa, no? January to March 2026, the payment of your contributions for that quarter can still be made up until the last day of April 2026. Example naman, April to June 2026, no? That's for that quarter. Yun naman po ay pwedeng ibayad or i-remit ang contributions up until the last day of the following month, which is July. So up until July 31, 2026. So ganun po tayo kapag calendar quarter ang nais nating i-apply. And remember, the quarterings natin are fixed also. January, February, March, you can pay it until April. Tapos April, May, June, July naman, and then moving forward. Also, no, ito rin i-share natin ang circular number 2022-028. Very important din na malaman ng mga farmers, no? Kung may mga kamag-anak po tayo or kakilala tayong mga magsasaka, farmers, fishermen, mangingisda, and other self-employed persons in the informal economy, including our delivery riders, no, like the Grab. So, meron po tayong flexible payment terms for them. So, ito yun. The contributions for any of the last 12 applicable months may be made in the current month. For instance, for their contributions rather, no, ng March 2025 to February 2026, 12 months yan, no, from last year up to this month ngayon. So, yung payment ng 12 months na iyon ay pwede pang bayaran until the last day of March 2026. Another example, May 2025 from last year up until April of this year 2026. Yung payment ng 12 months na iyon for our farmers, fishermen, and other self-employed persons in the informal economy may still be made up until the last day of May 2026. So we really provided these flexible payment terms for our fishermen, farmers, and self-employed in the informal economy para matulungan po sila ma-ease out yung burden, no? Sa paano nila ma-remit yung contribution sa atin. Kaya sana po tulungan nyo kami i-spread ang word sa mga kakilala natin na mga self-employed in the informal economy para protektado din po sila sa ating iba't ibang mga benepisyo at programa. And for the last part of our discussion, we will now be talking about the generation of PRN for our contributions for the self-employed and voluntary members. And in discussing this, we have two modes actually. So there are two options. First option is through the my.sss account. And the second option is through the SSS mobile app. So sana lahat ay meron na pong my.sss account. No? Kanina, in-emphasize din to ni Sir Rodel in the first discussion. So if ever meron na kayo, very good na my.sss and mobile app. Pero kung wala, do not worry. After this webinar session, we encourage you to create your my.sss account and also download the latest version of the SSS mobile app. Okay? So unahin nating pag-usapan ay ang gamit ng option 1 through the my.sss account. So first, all you have to do is to log in to your account. Hopefully, hindi nyo nakalimutan ang login credentials natin with the user ID and password. Then, under the payment reference number tab as shown on the screen, click on contribution. So, i-click natin yan. Pagka-click po natin yan, all you have to do is to fill in with the necessary details, itong blank fields natin, such as the membership type, duration, and amount of contribution. In this particular example, so this is just a dummy account no, for the purposes of our presentation for this morning, we selected voluntary as the membership status from the drop-down menu. Sa number 1, kung nakikita ninyo, then place January 2026 to March 2026 as the duration or yung period na nais kong bayaran kay SSS, and the amount of contribution, ginawan natin ng maximum na 5,250 per month. Then we all have to do is we need to click on generate PRN. Okay, after that one, you already have your generated PRN. Kindly check the details. No? Make sure to double check the details kung correct ba ang lahat. And if you want to proceed paying, just click on the pay button. Itong may arrow sa screen natin. Once you have clicked on that, you will be shown itong payment method na available sa ating my.sss account. And presently, we have the Billeroo. It's the accredited partner of SSS pagdating sa ating payment. So all you have to do is to select on the Billeroo icon as shown and click on continue. After clicking on continue, you will be seeing the welcome message from our partner Billeroo. So basahin natin yan, then click on OK. Afterwards, makikita natin itong summary of our details. So always double check, triple check the details. And if everything is in order and correct, click on the next button. After clicking on the next button, you will see the consent details. Basahin po alam natin na minsan kapag may ganito, check na lang tayo ng mga boxes na kailangan. So we are reminding everybody to still read kasi baka mamaya merong importanteng detail na mamaya yun pala yung hinahanap ninyo. So basahin maigi. Like dito, i-tick natin. Once you agree on the terms and conditions, you have to tick on that box. Then the privacy policy. And itong consent na the Billeroo will process the payment transactions, including confirmation of payment via email. So once you have ticked on those 3 boxes, the proceed button will be available. So you can click on the proceed button. So baka nakikita ng iba ngayon, ma'am, parang may nakikita kaming optional boxes na nakalagay. So with regard to the optional boxes, we will leave the decision to our members. Now, if you are interested with that, you can tick that optional box. If hindi naman, it's okay because it's an optional requirement dito sa ating consent form. So after clicking on proceed, you will be seeing this page. So you have to fill up this form with your personal details and select the payment method from the available options like bank transfer, credit or debit card, or the e-wallet like the GCash. No, it's available through this. So dito click natin ang GCash. After clicking on that, you may already click on the next button. Then congratulations, you have already paid your contribution. But in case you want to do over-the-counter payment schemes, no? Like for instance, gusto natin sa bayad center magbayad muna or sa SM payment facility gusto talagang puntahan and may personal face-to-face interaction dun sa magiging staff nila, pwede rin naman po na hindi kayo online payment ang gawin. No? All you have to do is to download the generated PRN na ginawa natin kanina and bring that to the facility together, syempre, with your payment. So, PRN plus the payment, kailangan natin yan. Okay? So that's with option number 1. Ngayon, tutungo na tayo sa option 2, which is on the mobile application. So maganda na mag-download po kayo niyan kasi very, very helpful siya. Kasi besides checking on your information there, you'll be able to check on your contributions, which is very important kung posted ba sila, and makaka-generate ka ng PRN, makakabayad and remit ka rin ng contributions through your mobile app. So simulan na natin first, no? Log in your credentials sa ating mobile app. And then, pagkapunta natin dyan, makikita natin ng homepage. Once again, this is just a dummy account for the purposes of presentation. So, i-click natin ngayon ang PRN icon as shown on the screen with the red arrow. After clicking on that one, click on Contributions. Then, makikita natin yung page na ito na may create button sa ilalim kasi you will now be doing your we will now be creating our PRN for this particular payment. Pagka-click natin yan, we have to fill up this form, no, with the membership type. Parang kung makikita ninyo, same ito ng mga questions kanina sa ating my.sss account. So pumili ng membership type, ano ba yung applicable period, and magkano ba ang nais nating bayaran. After which, click on Generate PRN. Then you will be seeing your details sa ating PRN, review the details, and if everything is in order and correct, click on OK if you wish to continue with your generation of PRN. Then congratulations. Ayan, makikita nyo na po yung inyong generated PRN which you can present sa kahit anong payment facilities natin available. We will have a list of the accredited payment options or facilities natin later. So, pwede nyo dalhin itong PRN whenever you will be making a payment. But question, ma'am, what if I want to pay using the mobile app? Is it possible? Yes. Possible din po na kayo ay makapag-remit ng contributions using our SSS mobile app. Ganito lang po. If you can remember a while ago our steps, you log in sa mobile app. Pagka-log in, click on PRN. Then after clicking on PRN, no, dito ay mag-click tayo ng contributions. Then, instead of clicking on create, we will now be clicking on the pay button ng available na generated nating PRN. So, i-click natin itong pay button. And you will be asked if you want to proceed with the payment. So click on OK if decidido na kayo magbayad. And this will be the available options natin. You can pay via the Maya account, GCash account, or the credit card or debit card. Okay? So those are the available options using the mobile app. So kung titignan ninyo, napakabilis na paraan natin ng pag-remit ng contributions also through our mobile app and our my.sss account. And still, if ever you would want to do a personal over-the-counter transaction sa ating mga different facilities available nationwide, you may also do that. Basta dalhin lang po itong generated PRN together with the contribution payment. So we'll just be sharing this slide on the accredited collecting partners for the period of August 22, 2025 to December 31, 2026. Ayan, para mas makita po ninyo yung listahan natin ng mga accredited partners. And if ever you would want to get a copy of this circular is available online. And as mentioned by Ms. Neds a while ago sa reminders, if you wish to get a copy of the presentation material, just don't forget to accomplish the evaluation questionnaire para makakuha po kayo ng materials natin na ito, no, from our 3 discussants for this Eskwela webinar. All right. So that ends our presentation. Actually, sana po ay marami kayong natutunan sa ating discussion mula sa paano ba or sino ba yung kabilang sa self-employed voluntary members. Ano ba ang patungkol sa contributions, no? May age pala na pinag-uusapan as to the changing of the monthly salary credit, and very important on how we can generate the PRN, which is very important, no? The payment reference number, dahil kailangan natin to whenever we make our contributions, because through the PRN, may ensure din po natin ang real-time posting of our contributions. Kaya kami po na remember natin, tandaan po natin na ang bawat contribution kay SSS ay mahalaga dahil basis po ito sa ating mga benefits na maaaring makuha. Kaya talagang kami po katulong ng masisipag nating branches nationwide together with our large accounts ay patuloy na hinihikayat ang lahat na maging miyembro ng SSS at kasama dyan ang ating mga self-employed and voluntary members dahil syempre nais natin na maging protektado kayo at sabi nga po no sa SSS, sigurado ang bukas. And on that note, let me return back the virtual floor to our facilitators. Thank you.
So, habang, atin pong chine-check ang ating mga questions, nais po muna naming, kayong paalalahanan, mag-ingat po tayo sa mga tumatawag na nanghihingi ng personal information. Ito ay tinatawag na voice phishing or vishing. So, humihingi sila ng personal information, wag na wag nating ibibigay. If ever maka-receive kayo ng tawag, i-drop niyo na kaagad ang call, okay? Maging mapanuri po tayo. And another scam po na inire-report sa amin, meron mga tumatawag or nagpapadala ng mensahes na sinasabing sila ay mula sa SSS at nag-aalok sila na i-update ang mobile app para sa special privileges, okay? So wag na wag po tayong maniniwala sa mga ganon. If ever na may tumawag sa atin and may maka-receive ng email, i-report po natin agad para masawatan na ang mga masasamang loob na yan. Mag-email sa fid@sss.gov.ph or maaari po kayong tumawag sa 02-8924-7370. Okay, so ang dami-dami po ng questions pero pumili lang po kami. Don't worry, yung iba nyo pong questions, sasagutin po namin yan through chat. Okay? Ma'am Pat, are you ready na po sa ating mga questions?
Yes, Ned's ready na. Thank you.
Okay, so for the first question, shout out kay Alphonse. Ito yung katanungan niya. Can a self-employed or voluntary pay their contributions for the missed contributions last 2024?
Thank you for the question, Ned. So I think baka mamaya pinsan ko pa ito. Hi, Alf. So patungkol dito, no, sa usapin, no, based on our discussion kanina, ang pagbabayad natin ng ating mga contributions as self-employed or voluntary ay prospective, no, paharap kumbaga. So kapag yung mga nakaligtaan na natin ng mga contributions like this one, no, 2024 pa, hindi na natin babalikan na nakalipas ang mga nakaligtaang contributions. So prospective na ang ating usapin. Salamat!
Ayan, thank you Ma'am Pat. I hope nandiyan pa si Alphonse para nalinawan yung tungkol sa kanyang concern. Okay, let's go sa ating pangalawang question. From Mirna, paano ko po malalaman kung ako ay kabilang sa self-employed? Baka po voluntary ako? Nagtitinda po ako sa palengke. Ayan, Ma'am Pat.
Ayan, so special shoutout kay Miss Mirna at sa lahat ng nagstay pa, no, Miss Neds, no, sa ating eskwela webinar sa mga taga-branches din po, nakabalikat na amin at sa family and friends. Andito rin ata ang parents ko, no? So hello. So Ma'am Mirna, patungkol sa iyong question, pagdating sa self-employed, no, sinasabi natin na ito ay any person whose income is not derived from employment. So kasama po natin dito ang mga nandiyan yung delivery riders, sabi ko nga po, mga magsasaka, mga fishermen, at pati po ang mga nagtitinda sa palengke. Kasama po namin kayo dito sa ating self-employed coverage kay SSS. Thank you.
Ayan. So, I hope nalinawan si Miss Mirna kung ano talaga ang kanyang membership. Punta na po tayo sa next question from Dexter. Hello ma'am, separated na ako sa company. First time kong magbayad as voluntary. May kailangan ba akong isubmit? Pwede ba ako mag-maximum payment?
Hello, Sir Dexter. So, pagdating dito sa voluntary, no, ang katanungan niya, dalawa. May kailangan ba siyang isubmit kapag mag-change na siya ng membership to voluntary at kung pwede ba siya mag-maximum. So sa pag-change, no, unang katanungan, sa pag-change po ng membership type natin from employed to voluntary, wala po kayong kailangang isubmit na form. So doon sa ating generation of PRN kanina, kung naaalala po natin, no, meron doong membership status, piliin nyo lang po ang voluntary para mag-change ang inyong membership status. So that's for the first question. With regard to your second question, kung pwede ka bang mag-maximum payment, yes po. For first-time coverage as voluntary member, naka-indicate sakto dito sa question, first time niya na magbabayad as voluntary. So for the first time, coverage as a voluntary member, you may choose kung ano yung iyong magiging MSC or monthly salary credit. So, pwede po kayong mag-maximum contribution payment kay SSS. Salamat, Sir Dexter.
Ayan, thank you Ma'am Pat sa malinaw na pagsagot sa concern ni Sir Dexter. Ngayon naman po, punta na tayo sa susunod na katanungan from Anonymous. Medyo shy type siya. Ano ang advantage of being tagged as self-employed compared to voluntary status?
Sayang, hindi natin masya-shoutout, no, ang ating anonymous sender. So actually po, no, all types of membership kay SSS, employed man, self-employed, voluntary. So lahat po sila ay may equal chance or access to avail of the different benefits and programs of SSS. Lahat po ay may equal chance, no, ng access sa benefits natin provided that they will be meeting the qualifying conditions. So ang masasabi ko na difference nila ay si self-employed, kung matatandaan ninyo sa discussion ng contributions, ay may easy contribution natin. Whereas kay voluntary, wala po tayong easy. At ang kinagandahan na yun, kanina kung naalala nyo yung example natin, kung kayo ay isang self-employed individual, besides sa iyong SS contribution, ay may easy contribution ka, so protektado ka sa dalawang benefits na iyon. In case na merong accident, while you are doing your official function, work-related, yung sickness or yung injury mo. So besides sa SSS benefit, ay maaari kang mag-avail ng easy benefit. So talagang super protected ka as self-employed individual. So yun yung masasabi kong difference, ika nga, nila, no, with regard to the presence ng ating easy. Pero with regard naman sa access to benefits, kung baka yun ang nais itanong, lahat po ay may equal chance dyan. Salamat!
Thank you, Ma'am Pat. So I hope, lalo na sa mga naka-join sa ating ka-eskwela, nalinawan kayo sa difference ng self-employed and voluntary. Okay? So pupunta na tayo sa susunod na katanungan. From Anonymous ulit. Magsasaka po ang tatay ko. Pwede pa kaya siyang maghulog ng contribution niya ng para sa January 2026?
Ayan, hello po muli. Sayang, anonymous, no? So the answer is yes. Pwedeng-pwede pa po. Sabi ko nga kanina, no, dun sa ating kung kailan ba pwede mag-remit ng contribution. So for our self-employed and voluntary members, pwede rin silang calendar quarter, no? Kung gusto ng iyong tatay na maghulog ng January, February, March, pwedeng hulugan pa yon up until the last day of April 2026. But na-share din natin kanina yung circular kung saan na para sa ating mga magsasaka, mangingisda at self-employed in the informal sector, pwede pa silang mag-remit ng last 12 applicable months na contribution nila on the following month. So example, January to December 2026, pwede pa nila i-remit yan ng January 2027. So yan yung flexible payment term na ating ibinigay sa kanila. Sa mga magsasaka, mangingisda at lahat po ng nasa informal sector ng mga self-employed individual. So, pwedeng-pwede pa po. Salamat.
Ayan, thank you Ma'am Pat. So tandaan natin mas mahaba yung time para magbayad ng ating mga magsasaka at fisherman kasama din po. Okay, punta na tayo sa pinakahuli nating question para kay Ma'am Pat from Genoveva. Ako po ay 57 years old. Maaari ko po bang taasan ang aking hulog na contribution sa SSS?
Okay, magandang araw po, Miss Genoveva. So, 57 years old na si ma'am, no? So, kanina 'no, pinag-usapan natin na kapag patungkol sa monthly salary credit ng ating SE at VM, mahalagang usapin ang edad. So sa tanong ni ma'am, maaari ba niyang taasan ang kanyang hulog given na 57 years old na siya? The answer is yes, puwede pong taasan. Pero since siya ay nandoon na sa ating pag-uusap na 55 years old and above, ang kanyang pagtaas po ay one salary bracket na lang po 'no, in a given calendar year. So, technically ito po papayagan po nating i-increase ang MSC only once in a given calendar year and by one salary bracket only. So, hindi na puwede yung sobrang extreme na pagtaas dahil 57 years old na po kayo, Ma'am Genoveva. Salamat.
Yan, thank you so much Ma'am Pat sa pagsagot ng ating mga katanungan regarding sa na-discuss po nating topic. At ngayon naman po, thank you so much Ma'am Pat.
Tapat, totoo at makabago. Sa SSS sigurado ang buhay.